Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another edition of 6 for 6 on this glorious Thursday night, December 9th, 2021. Welcome to the 16th episode, season 1 of 6 for 6. Great to have you guys here tonight. Gonna start it off with some fantastic sports that we got in the next couple days. Got a game tonight. I know I got to keep this program short because we got Thursday night football and you know, we got to watch Thursday night football. So I'm going to keep this program nice, relatively short. We'll be in and out, and you can still see the kickoff of Thursday night football against the Steelers and the Vikings tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're getting close to that fantasy football, playoff picture window. So, this week is very critical for a lot of teams in fantasy football. I wish I could, give you some nice playoff predictions for the MI6. But right now, I'm sitting in first place with that, and we'll see how that goes. Can I win it all being a one-loss team, or will I choke up later on in 2 weeks from now and lose in the first round? Stay tuned for that, and I'll keep you updated on how I do in the MI6, you know, not really say 6 for 6, but at the same time, you know, let's get down to business. Got a couple comments before we go into it. We got, Justin coming in. We got Isaiah. This is where were you last night? No BS. Were you hiding from the Ohio State Michigan loss? Isaiah, I wasn't hiding from it. I had technical difficulties. And I did talk about on my last 6 for 6 about Ohio State Michigan. So I didn't run away from you, Isaiah. I took it like a man and I answered the question that you posed on the last week's episode of 6 for 6. But we have to see how it progresses as time goes on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just doing a quick, sharing of the podcast, getting that around so people can tune in from other pages. But let's get down into business, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes. And Isaiah is saying an 18 playoff for the MI6 Fantasy League this year. I thought it was only going to be a 6, but hey, we're going up to an 18 playoff. But let's go into tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Already, almost at the 3-minute mark in today's program, but let's go into it. For the 6th game, we're going in for the Raiders versus Chiefs, December 12th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on CBS. This is the make or break for the Raiders. They got to keep their playoff hopes alive. If they can beat the Chiefs in this game, they have a better chance of, getting in, trying to clinch the division. Because at this point, a lot of this division is pretty evenly matched. So that's going to be a key deciding factor. But let's break down some of the statistics for this game. So points per game, the Chiefs beat the Raiders. The Chiefs get 25 points per game versus the Raiders 22 points per game. But points allowed, the Raiders give up more with 26, and the Chiefs only give up 21 points per game. Obviously, the team with the more passing yards is relatively close, but it's the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Raiders are more dominant of a run game. So it's just really going to show who's going to be able to show up better in that sense. But it's more passing yards per game at this most, giving up the most. But I think at the bottom line, I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to pull it out and beat the Raiders in this one. And the Raiders playoff hopes are starting to diminish if they lose this game, ladies and gentlemen. But you heard it here first. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we got the 5th game, the Ravens and Browns, the same like the Raiders game in the 6th spot. The Browns are in a must-needed win scenario game. They don't win it, their playoff chances are diminished. If they somehow beat it, it kind of brings them back within a game difference between the Baltimore Ravens, who are leading this division. So this game is going to help them in that take, but it's a very evenly matched teams. We're talking about points per game right now, ladies and gentlemen. The Cleveland Browns about 21 points, the Baltimore Ravens 23. Now, if you look at the points allowed up, the Ravens with 21 points per game, and the Browns with the 22 points. So it's relatively close. The games, they give up amount and they score roughly about the same. But the, passing yards, obviously the Ravens have been working on the pass game, so they're not relying heavily on Lamar Jackson's legs, it looks like, this season so far. And the Browns, a little bit weaker on the passing side, but at the same time, their rushing yards per game is about the same. They're both at 147 rushing yards per game, it seems like. So that's going to be pretty much balancing factor in this game. At the same time, the Browns are a 53.5% chance of winning this football game, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a stellar performance if the Browns can pull it out. And like I said, it brings them back in the playoff picture because the Ravens are 8-4, the Browns are 6-6. Now, if the Browns win, they are 7-6, and the Ravens are 8-5. Like I said, one game of a difference, and that's really going to change the tide of this division in the AFC North. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a critical game for the Browns to win, a must-win game, and they're at home. So this is like a key victory for them if they can get it and puts them right back in the playoff contention race for the AFC. They're still in the hunt. This win helps them solidify that boost and get them into that playoff picture. Before I go into the fourth game, let me read some comments going in. Justin says Bills and Buccaneers. I didn't put that on my list, but we have to see what's that's going to happen. And then from the MI6 Sports Network, Stephen Wang, the Vikings will lose this time 30-7. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what we anticipate. It's probably going to be like 19-17, basically how this game is really going to unfold. But who really knows what the Browns are going to, not the Browns, the Steelers are going to do with the Vikings tonight. And Stephen H. Wayne comes in, ladies and gentlemen. Vikings over the Steelers tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how that game goes. Like I said, it's about, I want to say, 13 minutes before kickoff for that start of that game. So we got a couple more games to go through before we bring tonight's program to a close. So in the fourth spot, we got some NBA. We got the Celtics and Suns, December 10th. So that is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Pacific time on ESPN. We got some Devin Booker action with Chris Paul, with Jason Tatum, and all the, all that points. So you got the rebounds and all that stuff with assists and Chris Paul with about, averaging 10 a game, leading assists and points per game. Jason Tatum has about 25, almost 26, and Devin Booker was a 23. With the field goal percentage is relatively close, but at the same time, the Phoenix Suns have been just dominating this regular season. They are 20-4, and the Celtics are like 13-13. But ESPN has the Phoenix Suns winning this with a 64.5% chance of winning this NBA game on, I guess, tomorrow. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a quick recap before we get into our, final three. And then we'll recap everything for our 6 for 6 on that point. And that will bring tonight's program to a close. So we got with the Raiders and Chiefs. Like I said, it's a must-win game for the Raiders. If they don't win it, it kind of destroys their playoff appearance. And then the Chiefs, if the Chiefs win, it helps them take another league up in the AFC East. We got the Browns and Ravens December 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on CBS. Like I said, the Browns need to win this game to keep their playoff hopes alive. If they shall lose this game, it kind of destroys their chances of getting into the playoffs. So this is a must-win game for the Browns. That's why it's in the fifth spot. And then for NBA on Friday, we got the Celtics and Suns in Phoenix, Arizona, with 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on ESPN. Like I said, the Phoenix Suns are probably going to continue to win this game, but who really knows? Maybe they may rest some of their star players, and since the NBA is a long season, you may have to do those type of strategic decisions. I got a couple more comments coming in for tonight's viewers. On top of that, we got, definitely going to be tuning into the, Booker Tatum game, two of my favorite players going out on NBA. Definitely going to be battle of the Lakers. He wants to see at some point, but we'll see. Adam sings, "What's up, brother?" Hey, Adam. Hope you're enjoying tonight's program. And then Isaiah, he says, "Trevor, do you think the Broncos will somehow sneak into the wild card spot? They're only one game back, and the pack of 5 teams and one game back tied. I really don't know how this is going to really unfold. A lot of the AFC East is very neck and neck, but it's going to take some time for that to iron out. Like they said, they're basically a game away or 2 games away from the Kansas City Chiefs. And if they lose, it brings everyone in that division a whole lot closer. and it really needs to end up, determining who to have that. But you're going into the next game, ladies and gentlemen. In the 3 slot, we got some basketball, some college hoops tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The Battle of Iowa goes underway. Iowa versus number 17 in the nation, Iowa State, in college basketball tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on ESPN2, ladies and gentlemen. We got some nice in-state rivalry going on. But if you look at it, Iowa is definitely the favorite. Points per game is 90 to Iowa State 70. With rebounds, Iowa out rebounds Iowa State 37 for Iowa, 36 for Iowa. But, ladies and gentlemen, Iowa State is on an 8-game winning streak versus Iowa's 2-game losing streak. So Iowa's going to try to snap a 2-game losing streak versus Iowa State trying to keep an 8-game winning streak going alive, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be a fun game to watch. But ESPN has Iowa winning it with a 58.9% chance of winning this this basketball game. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an in-state rivalry, a classic rivalry. It's going to be fun. So, if Thursday Night Football goes lopsided and it's not very interesting, tune into some college hoops and watch this in-state rivalry on ESPN2, ladies and gentlemen. Next up in the 2 slot, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Rams and Cardinals. Looking at that division, Cardinals are sitting comfortably in that first place versus the Rams being 8-4, somehow making it through, making their way. But the Cardinals, ladies and gentlemen, are home for this game. But at the same time, like I said, evenly matched scoring wise, the Rams get 28 points per game and the Cardinals about almost 29 points per game. But points allowed, the Rams give up more points than the Cardinals. The Rams give up 22 points per game versus the Rams almost 19 points per game. So the Cardinals defense is a lot stronger than the Rams, though the Rams are a solid team. We'll just have to keep seeing how this really progresses and develops. But if you look at passing yards, the Rams passed a whole lot more than the Cardinals. The Rams passed for 301 and the Cardinals passed for 262, almost 63 yards. But the Cardinals rush a whole lot more with 124 compared to the Rams 98 rushing yards per game almost, our average per game. So as you can see, the Rams are a passing team, but if the Cardinals can shut down the passing game, the Cardinals will probably win it. And according to ESPN, the Cardinals are favored to win this game with a 59.4% chance of winning it. Remember, this is Monday Night Football, December 13th, 8:15 p.m. Eastern, 5:15 p.m. Pacific on ESPN. So make sure you tune into that. Before I reveal my number one pick, ladies and gentlemen, let me read a couple comments from our loyal fans who are tuning in for tonight's program. We got, the quarterback play isn't that good enough for it. Yep, for the Rams and Cardinals, it's Matt Stafford, but at the same time, you got Kyle Murray on top of that. And Isaiah's going to go with the shootout for the Arizona Cardinals game. But I don't know, who do you have picking? Do you have the Rams winning, Isaiah, or do you have Arizona? But I think you got it in the comments. You got Arizona winning. So going back to Isaiah's comment, his score is 37-30, Cardinals winning it. But I think we all know what the game that we put in our number one spot. It's as old as time. A game that we all know, that we all love tuning into, supporting our troops. I gave it away by saying supporting our troops, but it's the Army-Navy game. Before I break it down, I gotta thank all those who are serving in the armed forces. Thank you for so much protecting our country, keeping us safe each and every day. Without you guys, the United States wouldn't be what it is today. Thank you for your service, those who serve in the military and the armed forces, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your support and all that you do for this country. But for this game, ladies and gentlemen, Army-Navy, a classic as old as time. Everyone loves this game. You tune into it. It's a game of pure grit, pure running attack, and it's a classic. Army right now is on a 4-game winning streak. Can they make it 5 by taking care of Navy? But does Navy hang on and take care of business in this game? Navy is a little bit weaker this year. They're like 3-8, and Army's having a stellar year, doing I think they're 8-3. So that's the flip flop of their records, ladies and gentlemen. But Army puts more points up compared to Navy. Army scores about 35 points per game compared to Navy's 20. Points allowed per game, Army only allows about 23 compared to Navy's 30 points per game. For passing yards, yes, these two schools actually do pass the ball, ladies and gentlemen. Army passes for about 94 yards per game compared to Navy's 55 passing yards per game. Compared to rushing, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the school's bread and butter are. Army rushes about 301 rushing yards per game compared to Navy's 229 rushing yards per game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's kind of like a no-brainer on how this game stacks up. Clearly on paper, on the stats, Army is better tooth and nail in this game, but it's a rivalry game. So stats may not mean a thing in this. It's about pure heart, pure determination. About these gentlemen will have to take care on Saturday, December 11th, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific on CBS. It's going to come down the heart, tradition, and loyalty for these schools, and that's how it's going to be determined. Minimal mistakes in this game. Who can capitalize on those mistakes will win this game. And like I said, these teams are disciplined, so there's going to be minimal penalties in this game. So that's what's going to boil down to, the mistakes. Who's going to make the less amount of mistakes to win this game and capitalize on those mistakes to win it? And that's how it's going to be decided. I know I'm going to root for Navy, but the odds are stacked against this Navy team. ESPN has Army as a heavy favorite, ladies and gentlemen, as a 82.3% chance of winning this game. It's a no-brainer. It's going to be Army winning this game, sadly, and Army's going to take a move up in this series in this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to say Army's going to win it, but I know my midshipmen are going to try to take care of business and try their best to win this game. But clearly on paper, ladies and gentlemen, the stats are just alarmingly large, and Army's going to win this football game. Let me do a quick before I do a quick recap. I'll tune into some of our questions because we got 2 minutes before Thursday night football, and we'll just go for there. We got Ashwin tuning in. Hi, Ashwin. We got this. We go that on top of that. But man, we got a lot of good stuff going in. But on the top of that, let's just do a quick recap for tonight's program. We got the Chiefs and Raiders. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. December 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on CBS. I got the Chiefs winning this game, but it's a must-win game for the Raiders. If they don't win it, they will be eliminated from playoff contention. Say goodbye for the Raiders if they do not win this game. This can also be the same for the Browns. Browns can easily bring this back because the Ravens lost to the Steelers in the last second play of the game for going for 2. So you're going to be 2 for their mistakes. So the Ravens are going to lose because they're going to take like their Uno cards, pick up 2 for their mistakes. The Browns are going to win it. Ravens going to lose, bring this division a lot closer. And that will be it, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be December 12th. 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on CBS. In the 4th spot, we got the Celtics and Suns, December 10th. So Friday night action in the NBA, 10 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on ESPN. I'm just rattling things up because I know we got Thursday night football underway, ladies and gentlemen. And Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and the Phoenix Suns will take care of the Boston Celtics because they're in Phoenix. They're going to win it. We got a nice in-state rivalry with Iowa and Iowa State. College basketball tonight. If the Thursday night football goes lopsided, you got some college hoops to look forward to. Definitely going to be a fun game to watch. But Iowa is favored to win it. I'm going to go with Iowa to break their 2-game losing streak and end Iowa State's 8-game winning streak. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, in the 2 slot, I'm going to go with the Cardinals. They're going to sit comfortably, but they may take a rest because they're kind of clinched their playoff berth. So they may allow this loss and allow the Rams to slip in and win this spot and win this game. But I think the Cardinals are going to win it. And like ESPN, they have selected that. And the number 1 game, like I mentioned today, ladies and gentlemen, is Army and Navy. And Army's going to win this football game. It's going to be close. But that will do it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to 6 for 6. I want to put a shout out that the MI6 YouTube channel has finally crossed over 50 subscribers. So I want to thank all those who have subscribed to the MI6 YouTube channel. Thank you for all your support. And like I said, it wouldn't be the same without you guys. I will read this final comment that we coming up. We got, the prediction. I need your prediction for the first round matchup between, I guess Isaiah and Martin, or I need your prediction for your first round matchup between, Martin. Well, Isaiah, I can't really solidify it just yet because, the bottom half of the MI6 playoff bracket is still trying to be ironed out this week. So it's going to really come down to how that really develops. And Justin, thank you for your awesome comment saying that I'm amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to thank everyone for tuning in for tonight's program. Hope you enjoyed this great edition of 6 for 6. A nice, good sports recap for all the sporting events that are going to happen, of course, the next few days. But hope you enjoyed tonight's program. Enjoy Thursday Night Football and enjoy the Iowa and Iowa State basketball game tonight. Hope to see you guys next time here on the MI6 Sports Network and next time on the MI6 6 for 6. So long. Take care for now, everyone, and see y'all and enjoy the rest of your night. Take care for now. Bye-bye.